Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. Today is December 28, 2022. Looks like Santa Claus is missing in action because we are not getting that Santa rally yet right now. So far as the first 2 days after the Christmas holiday, we are down. And today the S&P 500 down another 1.2%, 46 points. And looking on this chart here, as you can see, the sentiment, the VIX is up at the 22.14, but look at the put-call ratio is up at this 1.65, and that is high. Now, the positive of this is when a lot of these put is being closed out, that will build some buying pressure, and that might push the underlying up a bit. So we'll see. And here, looking at the up-down volume ratio today is a little bit over 4-to-1 in favor of the downside, and over 1,700 more declining stock than advancing stock. And for the new high, new low in the New York Stock Exchange, there were 118 more new 52-week low than 52-week high. And as you can see, the S&P 500 is closing down, and also the accumulated AD line is coming down also. So we are not seeing any negative divergence between the S&P 500 and the cumulative AD line. And here, looking at the NASDAQ 100 today is down 1.32%, a little bit over 143 points. And the up-down volume ratio is a little bit over 2-to-1 in favor of the down volume, and over 1,600 more declining stock than advancing stock. There were 398 more new 52-week low than 52-week high in the NASDAQ market. And as you can see, today the NASDAQ 100 closed below this closing low here. So that was kind of forecasted or alerted us to keep an eye on that. And I've been mentioning that in the last few video, that because of the cumulative AD line dip below these low, and also we're seeing a negative divergence, we're waiting for the NASDAQ 100 to come and test these low and take out these low here. And today it finally done so. Now let's take a look at the SPY, the ETF for the S&P 500. As you can see, the upper range of this weekly expected move is between 391 and 389.60. And the lower range of this week's expected move is between 376.20 and 373.60. As you can see, today almost got down to this lower range here. And right now, we're basically watching to see will it get into this lower range tomorrow or the coming days. And if it breaks below this zone here, this 373.51 area, then essentially get into this low volume area here. Then I'll be watching for the SPY to come down to possibly to this pivot low near 369 or 368.79. Now, if it could bounce back up into this volume, this balance area, this high volume area, then we could see that it could come back up to this high volume node somewhere around 384.70 and possibly push up to this 388.55 area into this edge between this, this high volume zone and also this high volume zone, this low volume area here. And looking at the Q, the upper range of this week's expected move is between 274.75 and 273.50. And the lower range is 261.20 to 259. And as you can see, today it came into this zone here. And right now it is sitting right here at this edge of this low volume area where it have demonstrated in the past at this day here when it make the low, there were much seller willing to sell at those lower prices. So we'll see tomorrow and the coming day to see will there be a fresh seller and sell it down and take the price down to this low here. And this is the October low. If it take out this October low, then we could see a lot of the FANG stock will come down, especially Apple will just crashing down to help take the NASDAQ 100 to a lower low. And look at the Russell 2000 ETF, the IWM. This week's expected range for the upper range is between 179 and 178, and the lower range is between 170.70 and 169.50. As you can see, today also came down into this range. And right now, if it gets below that lower range and get into this pivot low here, that essentially come into this balance area, and that could push the IWM down to test the October low. So kind of keep an eye on that. This range here is really critical for the IWM to hold above this. Otherwise, we'd be looking at lower low for the IWM. Now let's take a look at the Apple. And by the way, if you want to see my analysis of Apple, go to my Substack page. The link is smtraderCA.substack.com. I have the link in the description below. Taking a look at the Apple chart today, you see that it came down to the lower range and moved below it. The expected range for this week, the lower range is somewhere between 126.5 to 127.80. And the upper range is between 136 and 136.80. As you can see right now, it could be coming down to this high volume node here, and that is somewhere around 123.10. And these levels Apple have not seen since May 2021. So be careful if Apple come down to these lower level, then the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 will definitely make its move down to test those October low. And here's a chart of Tesla. The upper range for this week, the expected move for Tesla is 133.30 and 137, and the lower range is between 110 to 113. As you can see right now, it is sitting right inside of this range here, this lower range. And also, this is a high volume zone. So if it come down and move down here, we could see Tesla get down to somewhere around 91. So unless Tesla come back up and get above this 118, 119 level, it is in jeopardy of coming down to below 100. I hope you find this video to be informative and useful. Thank you for watching, and be sure to smash that thumbs up to help me promote this video, and stay safe.